Hello, broadcasters. Welcome to episode 212 of the StreamYard Live Town Hall. My name's Geige, and I'm here with Dan, of course. Dan, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing well. It's been a fun week, and we have a great show for you tonight. We have an announcement that we're excited to walk through and get your feedback on, and we've got a special guest from the engineering team as well that we'll bring on too. So it'll be lots of fun. And for anyone new here, Dan and I are the founders of StreamYard, and we do these town halls every single Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific, and we do them for a few reasons. One is to stay in tune with all of you, go through the same flow that you all do with your own shows and productions. Two is to answer any of your questions. That's why we're calling it Ask StreamYard. Makes it super fun to get all of your feedback and ideas and comments. So if there's anything you'd like us to touch on tonight, feel free to leave it in the chat. We'll do our best to get to as many as we possibly can. And I always mention three pillars of StreamYard, which are ease of use, stability, and professional streams. So if about those three things, StreamYard is the tool for you. See folks hanging out from all over the world tonight. We have Christopher from Detroit. Nice to see you here. Clarine says, launched a new LinkedIn show today. Went great. No problems. All smooth. Good to hear. Thanks, Clarine. Cool. Before I forget, we have awesome shows on our YouTube and other social channels. We got YouTube channel reviews with Dee and Daniel. A super fun show that they do the second Saturday of every month. It's really great if you're looking to grow on YouTube and get better insights from folks that have really done it and had a ton of success growing their own channels. So getting ideas on how to interpret your analytics, how to pick thumbnails, all kinds of useful stuff related to YouTube. And then we have Enhance Your Live Streams the last Tuesday of the month with Nick Nimmin. Nick is a pro when it comes to everything video and live video. So definitely tune into that for your live video questions. And one thing that we've been doing for a while now, so we get to know a little bit more about you, you get to know a little bit more about us, is a fun fact. And the fun fact we had for tonight was favorite pump up song. Do you have a favorite pump up song, Dan?
Cool. I like that question. So I think I have a few different songs that I'm a big fan of for, getting pumped up for various things. Could be working out, could be a sports game, could be just working hard. I think my all-time favorite, and this is especially for sports, it's called Big League by Tom Cochrane. I don't know how many people have actually heard of it, but always a huge fan of that song, especially if you're a hockey player. How about you?
Cool. Yes, I definitely have most of my pump up song experiences from hockey, and one of the early ones that I was a fan of was definitely TNT from AC/DC, just definitely a classic.
That was definitely one of the benefits of ice hockey versus other sports, like in soccer or football for a lot of you. There's never any songs. There's never any intermissions. It's just nonstop playing. But in hockey, there's all these whistles, and you just get songs half the game. It's pretty cool.
In the locker room beforehand has nice acoustics for pumping up a pump up song. All right, let's do a few questions before we get into the announcement about shorts and reels. We have a question here from Lockheed Lockpicking saying, with local recordings, I noticed on older phones, some folks have issues on older phones. Are there any optimizations coming soon? Absolutely, Lockheed Lockpicking. Appreciate the feedback. We're constantly iterating on it, and definitely want to make sure that it works great on all mobile devices, even older mobile devices. So the more feedback you can give us, so specifically if you could reach out to support with those exact instances where that's happened, it'd be great for them to be able to walk through that and understand what exactly happened so that we can improve it. Yep. Let's see what else we had here. Sherry says, use StreamYard for our LinkedIn Live bi-weekly. Your tool is amazing. Awesome, Sherry. Thanks so much. Really happy to hear that. Special Chronicles says, how can I edit a Reels clip for my StreamYard show? You're in luck. We're about to get into that in just a second, Special Chronicles. Craig says, is there anything we can do to get credits or share advertising money if we promote StreamYard during our live shows? Been happy sharing our success using StreamYard and talking to people on LinkedIn since joining up. That's awesome, Craig. Super appreciate that you've been sharing StreamYard. We do have a few programs in place, but we're always curious to get feedback about them and other things that people like you would like to see. So we do have a referral program. So every single person that signs up for StreamYard, if you go into account, there's a section called referrals, which basically anyone that signs up with that referral link, they'll get a credit towards their StreamYard account. And if they decide to upgrade for StreamYard, you'll get a credit as well. So if you refer enough people, you could actually use StreamYard 100% for free on any plan, which is pretty cool. But yeah, would be curious if you're aware of that program, if there's more you'd like to see from it beyond just the referrals. Always looking for feedback.
And it's super easy to find. So just on the dashboard, actually in the bottom left corner, you'll see the referrals.
Cool. Let's do a couple more here, and then I want to make sure we have time for the announcement. Wayland says, love the on-air feature, hosted 2 webinars so far. Would love to have repeating events. Awesome, Wayland. Super happy to hear that the webinars went well. And there's this year, we're going to have a ton of really cool stuff coming for StreamYard on air. So I really appreciate the feedback on repeating events. It's definitely come up and is something we'd like to add. Hey, Ross, hope you're doing well. Yes, the StreamYard team was at PodFest. Hopefully you got a chance. I'm 100% sure you came and said hi. But yeah, it's awesome that the team was able to attend. All right, with that, let's go ahead and get into announcement, which is shorts and reels. So we've got a video for you where we'll walk through it, but within the next couple of weeks, it's going to start rolling out within the next 2 weeks. So the first folks will have access towards the end of this week, and the very latest will be the end or towards the middle of the week after that. So stay tuned on your account. And if you have any questions about how it works, definitely let us know. But first, we have a video walking through the new feature. Anything else to add to that, Dan, or should
I think I'll add some details after, but yeah, coming very soon.
Cool. So we have this awesome video from Dana, and I'll roll it for you now.
Get more views from your StreamYard videos by trimming them into bite-sized pieces and posting them as shorts and reels. Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm super excited to announce that we just launched Shorts and Reels. You can now take a past broadcast or recording and turn it into a short clip, up to a minute long. These clips will be in vertical format, and you can post them straight to Instagram Reels, Facebook page Reels, and YouTube Shorts, all from within StreamYard. TikTok is coming soon. This is an awesome way to promote your show, post a highlight reel from a previous show, or just build your audience on new platforms. To create your first clip, head to your video library. Then click on the video you'd like to repurpose. Under the video, click on Trim. Then select Shorts and Reels. Click to drag and drop the slider to find the perfect clip from your recording. Your clip must be between 5 seconds and 60 seconds long. Once you've found the perfect clip, then click Select Destinations. Not ready to post yet? No problem. Just click Save instead of Select Destinations. You can always publish it later. If you're already a StreamYard user streaming to Facebook or YouTube, your platforms will be automatically added for Shorts and Reels here. To add a new destination, like Instagram Reels, or if you don't have any destinations at all, click the plus sign. Then select which destination you'd like to add. If you are adding Instagram, one thing to note is that it must be a professional profile instead of a personal one, and it has to be connected to a Facebook page. This is easy to do. We'll walk you through it. After selecting your destinations, fill out the description. Then click Publish. You'll see all your shorts and reels here under your recordings. After it's published, you can download it to your computer or publish it to more destinations. You can now get more viewers by repurposing your content as shorter clips to multiple social media platforms. Shorts and Reels are available on all plans. We're so excited to see your shorts and reels. Happy streaming!
Awesome. Well, it looks like folks are pretty excited looking at the chat. Do you want to give a bit of a walkthrough on top of that, Dan, in terms of how it works and other things to consider?
Cool. Yeah, so obviously Dana kind of screenshotted a little bit in that video, so you can get a sense of it just from that. But yeah, a few things to consider here. So first off, and probably the most important thing to point out is what this is for. So it's really for anyone who's already doing content on StreamYard. So whether you're streaming or recording, you might have 45-minute recordings or hour or 2-hour recordings. You can now take that content, split it up into chunks, and basically get more views for every bit of content you're doing. So if you're already spending quite a bit of time making content, this is a great way to just get significantly more views without having to do much extra work. So huge benefit there. And obviously us adding shorts and reels directly into StreamYard, the goal is to make it as simple as possible for you. So this is just the first version of it. We'll continue to iterate and just add little features to it over time. But pretty awesome to just have the ability to really quickly do that. So that's maybe the first important thing is that's the point of using it. That's why this is such a cool feature. It does work, as Dana mentioned, with Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube Shorts right out of the box. And we'll be working on adding TikTok pretty soon as well. And it's basically, if you're used to posting shorts and reels already, you probably know roughly what the rules are, but it's essentially clips between 5 and 60 seconds. For YouTube, it's actually 15 seconds to 60 seconds. So you're just cutting short little chunks. Maybe if you have a 1-hour stream, you cut up 5 interesting segments from there, and then post those off. It's the same thing. If you've already used StreamYard's trimming and splitting feature, you could cut little chunks from various pieces. Actually, I think we're still working on that feature to be able to kind of piece things together. So that could be a V2, but very, very exciting. Like it's, I don't know, it's something you guys have been asking for a while. It's something we've always wanted to have. It's something we personally wanted to do. Like we've started doing more short content ourselves. So yeah, huge fan. Very exciting.
Cool. So yeah, if you guys have any feedback or questions about how it works, definitely let us know. Sounds like lots and lots of you are excited to see it. And yeah, we can't wait to see you actually use it and hear your thoughts. We do have one question from Wanma asking if there's anything beyond just filling the center of the screen. So the first version is pretty basic. We just wanted to get something out that was simple and useful. But we do have lots of plans to make it more and more feature rich and make repurposing even easier for you beyond just the immediate centering it within the video. So this is just the first version. Tons of other stuff is coming soon with it, Wanma, but hopefully it's still super useful with just this initial version.
Yeah, and once it's out, so next week, we'll probably talk about it quite a bit more, and we'll start asking for feedback for those of you that have had a chance to try it. And next few weeks, we'll just keep asking for feedback. So if there's more features you want, let us know. Yeah, we've already got a plan of a bunch of stuff coming.
Cool. Andrew says we can post a reel directly from StreamYard to Instagram. I didn't think we could post to Instagram from StreamYard. So that's just the Instagram Live API. Andrew, Instagram does have a great API specifically for Reels. So that's just an Instagram limitation for live streaming. But hopefully that will change in the future. And some folks actually do have access. Again, it's just custom RTMP. It's not an actual API, but we're optimistic that will change in the future. Let's go. So with Joanne says, so my recording has to be saved in StreamYard to be able to create a short from it.
Yep. So if you're familiar with how recording works now, every time you go live, if you're on a paid plan, that will be recorded. If you're on the free plan, you have to do the recording separately. So we don't record live streams, but you can still do a recording. So maybe you can do a 15-minute podcast with someone, for example, and then cut that up into shorts. And like Dana mentioned in the video, the shorts part itself, as long as you have the recording on StreamYard, creating shorts from it is available on all plans and totally free.
Tristan says, shorts question, do you get to choose which section of the video it will use? Yes, absolutely, Tristan. It's very easy. You can drag and drop the exact section you want and the length that's between the limitations of the short form platforms.
Yep. And I don't think, as I mentioned, this first part will have splitting, which is like being able to combine multiple chunks together, but that's something we want to explore.
Cool. Studio Group says, should we even ask for a content calendar? You're making this a very nice all-in-one tool. Well, super happy to hear that, Studio. But yeah, you should definitely ask if stuff like content calendar is useful to you. We definitely are eager to know that.
Yep.
All right. Neil says, for vertical clips, does it automatically take a center vertical cut of your video?
So it pads it right now, Neil. So basically, like, let's say we've got a 16:9 stream here with Geige and I. It would pad the top and bottom to make it 16:9 for this first version. But we will want to keep exploring is how do we make it really easy to do something similar to what you said, where it takes kind of the center or maybe it detects where you are automatically. There's a lot of stuff we're going to be exploring there. But yeah, first version, it basically pads the top and bottom. So it's not cutting anything out, because a lot of times like a stream like this where there's two people side by side, we can't really just crop part of it. We sort of need to have the whole stream in there.
And Clarine says, can we download the Reels first without sharing it right away?
So yes, you can do it. I think Dana mentioned in that video, you can save the short. So you could cut a 30-second chunk, let's say, click save, download that, and then you could manually post it to the social platforms, or you could choose to publish it on StreamYard, 3 days later, if that's ideal for you. So yeah, that does work.
Cool. There's tons of awesome questions here. Let's see. How many subscribers do you need? I don't believe there's a subscriber requirement, right, Dan, for shorts?
I don't think there is on any of the platforms.
Yeah, maybe double check, but I don't think that is the case. Professor Nez says, when does it launch, or has it already? Within the next couple of weeks, Nez. So we always do rolling launches. So you might have access to it as early as early next week or early on in the second week.
Yep. Yeah, we kind of, I know we mentioned it before, but we kind of view the town halls or the Ask StreamYard show as like an early access for all of you guys that are really into StreamYard and want to see stuff early. So this is like us showing it off, should be out. It'll be sometime around the end of the week, this week coming up, where we'll start to roll it out. And then we typically roll it out over several days or a week. So you could get access Thursday, maybe you have access next Monday, but rolling out pretty soon.
I see if Neil and a few other questions about the format. So you will see everything that you see in the studio. Neil, is just going to be padded at the top and bottom, right? So basically, this view will be shrunk as if like you just drag the corner and pulled it up to fit within a vertical format. But it's just the first version. There'll be more options coming soon.
Yep. So if you're watching it on your phone on Instagram, for example, you will see the whole stream in the middle of your screen, and then there's just black at the top and bottom. So it won't be cutting anything out for this first version.
I saw another question regarding whether or not it works with local recordings. Not yet, right, Dan? Because right now,
I can't remember if it does right now out of the gate. For an individual track, like if, say, we have local recordings on, it records my track. I don't think we have it on right now for local recordings. I could be wrong, though. But again, it's good feedback. So if we don't have it on, it could be something we add soon.
Cool. Let's do a few more here. I think I saw one earlier from Marianne asking about, does local recording when you're doing a live stream affect the quality of the stream when you're live? Mine was a bit blurry when I used it. So we tried to make it as low impact as possible on your computer, Marianne, but it is doing more than if you didn't have it on, right? So if you're just doing a live stream, you're only sending, your computer's only having to send that one feed to StreamYard. But when you're using local recording at the same time as you're streaming, it's also going to be capturing that file locally and slowly uploading it in the background to StreamYard as the stream goes on. We tried to test it under all kinds of conditions to make sure that it would still work great, even if you didn't have the fastest connection and everything. But it is if it is possible, because your computer is using more bandwidth and more resources, that it could, if you don't have a powerful enough computer, impact the live stream, right, Dan?
Yeah, if you care first and foremost about the live stream, you don't need the local recordings, I would turn it off. And we do recommend, like, if the local recording is the number one thing you care about, I would do like just a recording, just do a recording if that's, you need to get the highest quality physically possible. If your device is powerful, you have really good internet, you should be totally fine. Obviously, maybe your guest doesn't have as strong of a machine though. If you care about both, then obviously turn it on and it should be fine as long as your computer's fast enough.
It's awesome to hear, April. Glad you're so excited about it. April thinks it's the most exciting one yet and keeps getting better and better. That's awesome. Budgeting just because says, question, can you add text or captions? So
not in this first, I assume you're talking about for shorts and reels. So not in this first version, but that is definitely something on our mind. And yeah, appreciate the feedback. We would like to make things like that just extremely easy to do.
Yeah, and those are the exact types of things that are really good for us to know. If so, things like adding captions to the screen, transcripts, if there's anything like that you'd like to see in future versions of it, definitely let us know, because we definitely want to make it like the best possible way to easily repurpose your content.
Yep.
The Salinas report says, is there a way to bring a guest into a private studio before entering into the live stream? Yes, there are a couple options for that. So that's exactly what the green room is for on the highest StreamYard plan.
Growth plan. Yep.
The growth plan, Salinas. It's basically like a secondary studio where you can have a host managing guests and bringing them in and out of the stream. It is pretty like advanced and feature rich. So if you just need something super basic, you could always have the option of having like a separate StreamYard studio where you're talking to them before sending them the main link. But that's essentially exactly what the green room feature is designed for.
Yep.
Tristan says, padding question, can we upload a branded container? Do you want to take that one, Dan?
So Tristan, I'm going to take a guess as to what you mean. Is that like you want to actually have your own image in the background instead of just black padding, or your own color? If so, not right now, but there's definitely something. It's one of those types of features we want to be adding to it.
Yes, that was my interpretation as well. But if that's not correct, Tristan, let us know. Arab Immigrant says, is it for Premiere subscription only? No, Shorts and Reels, you can use it on every single StreamYard plan, including the free plan.
Yep.
The Cutting Force Lawn Service says, you can't respond in the live chat if you're a guest on a live. why and how to. You want to take that one, Dan?
So, sorry, can you put it up again? I was just reading a few other things in the chat.
Oh, sorry. It's guest comment, like guests not being able to comment from within StreamYard, like a live guest.
I see. Okay, so not right now. That's something we don't have yet. Definitely open to adding it, but it's not something we have at the moment. And we've kind of explored a few different ways to do it, but yeah, I'm hoping to have it soon, especially for YouTube. I don't know if we'd add it for Facebook or not, but I think YouTube is probably the most important one.
Cool. Let's do a couple more here and then bring on Jonathan. Ross says, local recordings are amazing. I had music that was too loud under my voice, and the local recording saved me. I could edit music back in at the correct levels. Awesome, Ross. Glad that it was helpful.
Cool.
And Clarine says, question, is Dana's video somewhere for us to watch it again? So as soon as it's fully available, Clarine, we'll have a full tutorial video walkthrough. So it'll be hosted on the YouTube channel in the future.
Yeah, we'll probably have an announcement on the website as well. As soon as it's turned on for your account, you'll get that video right there.
All right, and with that, let's go ahead and bring on our special guest for tonight, Jonathan from the engineering team. Hey, Jonathan, how's it going?
Yeah, pretty good. Hi, Dan. Hi, Geige.
Oh well, and actually, probably good time. So Jonathan wasn't one of the people working on shorts and reels, but we've talked about several features he has worked on. So we were just chatting about Green Room, which Jonathan has worked on. We're also chatting about local recordings a lot, which Jonathan was a huge part of. So if you have any questions about those two features, feel free to ask away. But Jonathan, I've got some questions for you first. So first question, and for anyone who's never seen this, we've basically been bringing on team members from StreamYard, so you get a chance to meet, not just Geige and I, but other team members of the company. So if you have questions for Jonathan, feel free to ask in the chat. So Jonathan, can you tell us a bit about what you do at StreamYard?
Sure. So I'm an engineering manager. And I'm in the studio team. So I look after a team of about 4 engineers there, mostly in the western side of the EU. And our team is specialized on everything that needs to be done to create a broadcast. So we call it studio. It's like, what you're probably aware of. You add overlays, change the music, that sort of thing. All of that sort of application is what we work on, but also all the magic behind the scenes that turns that into a video.
Cool. Perfect. And then where are you located, Jonathan?
Well, you can probably guess from my accent that I'm in the United Kingdom. I'm not in London, though. I'm on the same sort of latitude, but towards the west coast. So I'm in a little place called Bath. It's a very small city. You might have heard of it because it's quite touristy, or because it's near to Stonehenge, or maybe Bristol you've heard of, but not London.
Cool. Perfect. And how long have you been at StreamYard now?
I've been there for just over a year.
Perfect. What's your favorite StreamYard feature? I know everyone's always biased whenever you build some of them, but yeah, what's your favorite one?
Oh yeah, I'm massively biased. So I'm going to say the 2 things which I most recently worked on, which are Green Room and then local recordings. Local recordings was, presented a lot of technical challenges to us, but I'm very proud of what we've managed to achieve. Cool.
Perfect. And what did you want to be when you were younger?
When I was really young, I think I wanted to be a wizard. But when I got a little bit
not that far off.
When I got a little bit older, I think I eventually wanted to be a linguist.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah,
cool. And then how did you end up becoming an engineer?
Well, that's actually relevant. So I was very lucky. My father was a professor of computer science, so I grew up in a very sort of techie household, lots of talking about computing and stuff. So I started coding when I was a kid, mostly just making games or modding games or cheating with games or something like that. Basically, I was the only thing that interested me. So when I went to university, I sort of rebelled and I said, I'm not going to do what my father did. I'm going to be a linguist. And what that meant is I ended up moving to Italy. And I discovered when I was starting a company there that I really loved the web. Suddenly the web was fun. You could do so much in a website. And I think actually StreamYard is a brilliant example of this. You can do so much in just a website. So I kind of got my calling, moved back to London, and then worked building web stuff since then.
Cool. Awesome. What's your favorite thing about working at StreamYard?
Ooh, my favorite thing, this is probably what everyone says as well, but it's the people, because you get an incredible diversity of sort of backgrounds and experiences who come together and bring everything to the table. So we can be working on a really hard problem. And if you've got people there, I've got a colleague who's come from the gaming industry, someone else who's come from TV, someone else who's come from music, and everyone brings a little sort of different like vision because of that, and that's really, really exciting.
Cool, that's fair. How would you answer our fun fact question? Do you have a favorite pump up song?
So I had to think about this. I don't pump up songs like something that makes you really excited. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's a song which I put on when I have a deadline to hit, which is an Afrobeat song, which is incredibly happy and super, super upbeat. And it's called
you just
Bang
listen
Bang.
to it while you work?
Yeah, on repeat, exactly. It's called Bang Bang Bang. It's a great song.
Cool, that's awesome. That's perfect. Now, do you have a favorite karaoke song?
No, preferably none.
Okay.
But if you supply enough beer, I think I can probably belt out Bohemian Rhapsody.
Wow. Okay. Cool. And then, do you have a favorite board game?
Board game. Well, I quite like the sort of what I would call more indie ones, like Catan and Carcassonne, stuff like that. But Captain Sonar is incredible fun if you've got like a big bunch of mates around.
Okay.
But I have to say that there's one which is in my heart, which is a really beautiful game. It's called Kaleidos, and my wife introduced me to it. It's an Italian game.
Cool. Yeah, I'm so out of games. For me, it's always like there's Monopoly and maybe a couple others. Cool. That's awesome.
My board game knowledge as well.
So yeah, if anyone else has questions for Jonathan, feel free to ask away.
Cool. Yeah, Barb was curious if you've ever attended the Bristol Balloon Fiesta.
No, I've not. Wow, good knowledge. But I think I've seen them flying over my house. I think it's the hot air balloons. Bristol's quite famous for having hot air balloons, and I live at the top of a valley. And sometimes you'll just see this, like we've got a big window, and I'll be working here, and then someone will say they can see in the window, just there, massive hot air balloon.
Oh, that's cool.
Cool.
I was thinking it's cool. You're near Stonehenge.
Well, near.
And Marianne has a question. Jonathan, will there be a feature that can have volume level control so you can see music and audio microphone levels as well as guest mic volume? Hopefully I'm making sense.
Well, it's funny you should say that, because actually we were talking about this just before the stream started. I don't know if there's anything coming down the pipeline. Maybe Dan and Geige can speak to that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, it's definitely it's something that comes up pretty often. Yeah, like Jonathan said, we were literally right before the show, we were talking about that and how it'd be nice to have for us. And that's partly why we do these shows, right? Is to feel exactly the same pain points as all of you. So I don't know if it's on the near-term roadmap, but eventually I would love to have something for that.
Yeah.
Basically just to help make sure everyone has a similar volume. Especially when there's two people. When there's three, you can kind of like, hey, Jonathan and Geige, can you say something? And let's see if you sound the same. When it's just you and one other, you don't really know.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Should we go ahead? We don't have that. We're kind of out of time, but we'll go late. Should we go ahead and queue up the giveaway for tonight, Dan?
Yes, we should.
All right. So it looks like lots of you are already familiar, but at the end of these, we always do a giveaway. And tonight, we'll give away a StreamYard pillow, like the one you can see in Jonathan's background and my own, as well as a StreamYard hoodie. To be eligible, all you have to do is type in #theyard. It only counts once. So don't bother spamming it a million times. It'll just count once. But yeah, we'll give you 10 or 15 seconds or so to get in your #the yards. And if you're ever interested in running a giveaway like this during your own streams, we actually made this available at StreamYard.com/giveaway. And it has a video walking through how you can use it. So check that out if you're ever wanting to do your own giveaway. And I guess while these are coming in, let's see, there's a ton of questions. We're not going to be able to get to all the shorts questions tonight, but obviously there's always next week. So we'll make sure we get through all of them next week as well.
Yeah. Plus some of you should start to have access, possibly all of you, but at least some of you by the end of the week. So when the town hall comes around next week, you'll have been able to try it out and actually have some feedback for us.
Cool. Waycross Train Spotter says, I video CX's train in my hometown, and to show the video during StreamYard, would it be the free version or the paid version? It depends how you want to share the video, right, Dan?
Actually, all video sharing features in StreamYard, if you're talking about uploading a video, are on the free version.
Oh, my mistake. So yes, you can totally do that on the free version, Waycross.
If I'm understanding what you're trying to do correctly.
And let's do one more for Gabriel, and then we'll run the giveaway. Gabriel says, I did a local recording with 2 guests, and the feature to export to Premiere Pro was amazing. Only problem I had was one of my guests started on her phone and then went to laptop. Does that affect the lineup?
If they start on their phone, it shouldn't affect the lineup because everything should be lined up according to the cloud recording. But obviously they'll appear as a different stream in like a different sort of lane in the project when you actually put it into Premiere.
Yeah, so very similar to as if just a new guest had joined, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
Cool.
Right.
So yeah, it should work, Gabriel. If you had any trouble with it, definitely shoot a message to support. But yeah, let's do the giveaway. Good luck to everyone.
All right, for a pillow and a hoodie.
For a pillow and a hoodie.
No sound effects this time.
I forgot to do the sound effect. We'll have to build it into the giveaway at some point. Champrix, congrats. Thanks so much for tuning in tonight. I know you're here all the time, so awesome that you won. If you could shoot an email to contact@streamyard.com, the team can work with you to get your address and your size for your brand new StreamYard hoodie and, of course, the StreamYard pillow.
Cool.
And yeah, congrats, Champrix. And with that, this was episode 212 of the StreamYard Live Town Hall. Again, thank you all so much for hanging out with us and all the awesome questions. Apologize for not being able to get to all of them, but again, we'll have plenty of time next week to go into even more detail. And then hopefully by that time, a lot of you should already have access. So maybe there'll be even more questions then. But again, 212, we'll see you next week at the same time. Thanks again, everybody.
Cool. And thanks for coming on, Jonathan. See you next week.
Bye.
Everyone.